What's up, y'all? It shows most does most. Crispy, we're back in another video. Who had the best car in Snowfall? Snow Snowfall is a very interesting TV show. It's 50-50 with that. I'm not gonna hold this.
Snowfall is a crime drama that chronicles the rise of the crack epidemic in Los
Come on, celebrity cars. Chill out. Celebrity cars. Let me finish. It's a good show. It learned a lot of things, but I'm still mad that his mama did some messed up stuff. They could have had some money, but he ended up being a crackhead at the end, as they showed the clip. But see how the cars look like, because I was not paying attention to the car. I was mostly paying attention to Frank Saint and the things he was doing and how to get out the situation he was getting in. And show your like, comment, subscribe on the road to 500, and let's see what's going on with this.
Snowfall is a crime drama that chronicles the rise of the crack epidemic in Los Angeles during the early to mid 1980s. Co-created by John Singleton, the show spans 6 seasons and dives deep into themes like the social decay of black communities, corruption, and betrayal. But in the middle of all of that, there are also cars. And honestly, the cars in Snowfalls do about 80% of the work when it comes to building that authentic 1980s atmosphere and transporting viewers straight into 1983 and so on. From big old school American land yachts to golden era European luxury. Today we're breaking down the character cars in Snowfall to see who really had the best car.
Snowfall.
The story follows Franklin Saint Damson Idris, a 19-year-old street entrepreneur from South Central LA, trying to build a better life for his family. Early in season 1, Franklin and his friend Leon recruit a ruthless gangster named Carvel to help them recover stolen money.
Just know, boy, Carvel, he messed up. I don't recommend nobody to do what he did in the series. Just know, you do not want to watch that scene. And just know, don't never ever steal nobody money if you know you can't fight or you take the for real.
When they pull up to the Target house, we get a look at Carvel's ride, a light blue 1976 Buick Electra 225, nicknamed the Deuce and a Quarter for its massive 225-inch length. It's the perfect antagonist vehicle, big, intimidating, and full of that classic gangster presence. At over 19 feet long, it's one of the ultimate American land yachts, setting the tone for the kind of cars dominating 1980s South Central. But Carvel clearly isn't loyal to anything, not even his own car. After betraying Franklin and stealing his money, Franklin and Leon later discover Carvel has already flipped that cash into a new whip, a 1980 Cadillac Eldorado. Definitely an upgrade, but he doesn't get to enjoy it for too long. Franklin takes it back, and along with his motorcycle, he sells both to recover the money he owes to Avi Drexler.
Smart ass kid.
Avi Drexler is the Israeli drug lord who essentially kickstarts Franklin Saint's entire career. The two meet in 1983, and Avi quickly takes a liking to him, seeing a younger version of himself. But where Franklin is calculated and low-key, Avi is all about flash. He lives in a massive Tuscan-style villa in the hills, rocks gold chains and Versace robes, and drives a gold 1977 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2. And honestly, it couldn't be more perfect. In the 1980s, Rolls-Royce represented the absolute peak of automotive luxury. These were among the most expensive cars in the world. Avi's Rolls instantly signals that he operates on a completely different wealth plane. He's the supplier. The gold finish pushes that even further, stamping his Hollywood larger-than-life persona. And even the name, Silver Shadow, fits. Avi moves like a ghost, facilitating massive deals between governments and cartels while staying above the chaos on the streets. Interestingly enough though, our main character Franklin isn't really a car guy, like at all. His vehicles tell a story of function over flex. Early on, when he ventures into dangerous territory, he's driving something like a beat-up 1973 Dodge Dart sedan.
That's
a
clean.
reflection of his humble beginnings. As his empire grows, he cycles through cars like Cutlass Supremes, Fords, Pontiacs.
I mean, he had to do that though, not to get known and like saying like, you know, to be known in one car and stuff like that. So you have to, you know, expand your cars and stuff, like get different cars. Shoot.
and
I do
Mercury
the same
models,
thing too.
eventually settling into a 1985 Mercury car. But even then, the choice is deliberate. Franklin doesn't use cars to show off. He uses them as tools. Where characters like Avi or Carvel treat their cars as extensions of their ego, Franklin treats his as part of the business. The Lincoln especially fits perfectly. In the 1980s, it was the car of politicians, executives, and high-operating businessmen. It's quiet, spacious, and discreet, perfect for holding meetings in the back seat. By this point, in later seasons, Franklin isn't just a dealer anymore. He's an executive. His mindset is simple. Why drive a flashy Rolls Royce that makes you a target when you can drive a Lincoln that makes you look like the man who owns everything?
I ain't lying about that either.
In season 1, we're introduced to Franklin's second closest friend, Kevin. At one point, Franklin, Leon, and Kevin take a 7-hour trip to Oakland to meet Kevin's cousin. And they make that drive in Kevin's quirky, old-school 1964 Rambler American station wagon.
That's like a family car, low key. Like a old school family car, low key.
Now, the Rambler American was compact, economical, and completely no frills. But that's exactly the point. By putting Kevin behind the wheel of a station wagon, the show establishes him as the backbone of the group. He's the one providing transportation. He's got the family connection in Oakland, and he's got enough space to carry everyone and everything that they need. It immediately shows that Kevin is a team player, someone who prioritizes the mission over looking cool. And it's important to remember, in season 1, these guys aren't kingpins yet. They're just kids from the neighborhood. A 20-year-old station wagon like that is basically invisible to law enforcement. It's the ultimate low-profile vehicle, and that fits Kevin's role perfectly. Leon's car choices are a direct reflection of his evolution, from a hot-headed soldier to a respected figure with status and influence. Early on, before the real money comes in, Leon's Buick Regal represents the quintessential street car. Regals were hugely popular.
I don't know. That green is, I don't know. I would have went with a different color than green. I would have went like purple, like light blue, or orange. Something like the duck off, like a brown, like a dirtish brown.
In South Central LA. They had the perfect mix of sporty styling and toughness. But once Leon levels up, so does his ride. He transitions into a white 1982 Oldsmobile 98 Regency Coupe, sitting on gold wire wheels. And that right there is a statement. In street culture, nothing screams success louder than gold wire rims. They were expensive, high maintenance, and made you an immediate target for theft, which is exactly why they symbolize power and fearlessness. The 98 Regency itself was Oldsmobile's top-tier luxury model, so Leon is clearly showing he's reached big dog status. But unlike Franklin's more understated approach, Leon's car is meant to be seen. The white and gold combo is iconic. It reflects his identity as the king of the projects. He's not trying to blend in with executives. He wants everyone, from his community to his rivals, to know Boy Miller, a leader of the Compton Crips and one of the show's more strategic antagonists. His choice of a black 1984 Pontiac Grand Prix coupe,
and that's a good car to have. You know, like a duck-off car. Not too much, not too flashy, just a nice, good, you know, good play car.
Is no accident. It's a perfect character match. The Grand Prix is part of GM's legendary G-Body lineup, alongside cars like the Buick Regal and the Chevy Monte Carlo. These were the gold standard for street status. But Manboy doesn't go with the most common option. He picks the Pontiac, which was slightly rarer and sportier, signaling that he's got his own taste and isn't just following trends. Finished in all black, the vertical waterfall grille and quad headlights give it a sharp, aggressive presence that mirrors man.
That's the type of car I low-key kind of get, like an old school though. I get like, I'm ending up probably like low-key get like two. One black and might want to be purple. Who knows?
Boy's personality. Charismatic, calculated, but also dangerous. And that lines up perfectly with Man-Boy's role as a master manipulator. Jerome Xavier Saint, Franklin's uncle, is an old-school gangbanger and true OG of South Central Los Angeles. The one who really showed Franklin how to get down and dirty from the start. And honestly, Unc might have had the best car in the entire series. His 1984 BMW 635 CSI E24, better known as the Shark Nose, is easily one of the most stylish rides in Snowfall. In the early 80s, driving a BMW, especially a 6 Series, was a serious flex, while Cadillacs and Lincolns were often seen as old head or stereotypical street cars. A BMW signaled peak taste and sophistication, and that fits Jerome perfectly. The hair, the jewelry, the silk shirts. The 635 CSI reflects his desire to elevate beyond just being a street guy, especially under Louis' influence as they transition into more legitimate business practices. The E24's signature forward slanted shark nose grille gives it an aggressive yet elegant presence, just like Jerome himself. He's a protector and a shark when needed, but he carries himself with a certain old school grace. And as Jerome and Louis begin moving into higher circles, clubs, connections, international players, the BMW becomes the perfect vehicle to pull up anywhere and truly belong. It's the ultimate power move for a power couple.
I can see it.
And speaking of that power couple, Louis herself is fully on the European wave too. Luann Louis Jones Saint, Franklin's aunt and
That's a weird name. To this day, that is a weird name.
Whose wife is also the owner of her own nightclub, and her car choice reflects her personality down to the smallest detail.
So hold on, she was the owner of the nightclub. What was the point of her getting in the drug game then? I don't wanna go back and watch that because it was too much stuff going on in Snowfall. But he
drives a white 1980 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL R107. Which perfectly captures her iron fist in the velvet glove nature. In the early 80s, the Mercedes SL was a go-to car for the rich and famous in places like Beverly Hills and Bel Air. By choosing a white 300 SL, Louis is making it clear she's transcended the hood. The SL is sleek, elegant, and convertible, but it's also built like a tank. And that duality is Louis in a nutshell. She moves with grace, looks polished, but underneath, she's arguably more ruthless and calculated than Jerome. The refined exterior hides serious power, just like her composed demeanor hides a cold-blooded decision-maker. Visually, the contrast between her white Mercedes and Jerome's darker BMW says everything. He's bold and grounded. She's sleek and elevated. Together, they look less like a crime family and more like a high-fashion, high-status duo. Their shift to German engineering over American excess separates them from the rest of the LA dealers. It shows they're thinking bigger, playing smarter, and positioning themselves on an entirely different level.
There's something though. Oh God.
Yeah.
Teddy.
You are a sight for sore eyes.
Theodore Teddy E. McDonald.
I just love that scene though. And that jail scene, bro, when he was going off his mama's son. He was like, and Teddy should have blew your head off. Fuck you, bitch. I was like, damn. And I could low-key relate on that. Well, not the mom, fuck your mom and all that other stuff. I'm talking about the word he said, you bitch.
Operates in a completely different lane. As a CIA officer, his car choice is simple but incredibly effective. A black 1978 Lincoln Continental. This is the ultimate government vehicle. Lincolns were essentially the unofficial uniform of Washington, D.C. power, instantly evoking presidential motorcades and high-level federal authority. For Teddy, the car acts as a psychological shield. It projects control and legitimacy without him ever needing to flash a badge. He can move through Los Angeles with an untouchable presence. But beyond the image, the Continental is also an incredibly practical vehicle. It's famous for having one of the largest trunks ever put in a car. And for Teddy, that's all about logistics. That space becomes storage for surveillance equipment, weapons, and millions in drug money. The car doubles as a mobile, high-security operations hub for everything he's running off the books. Weighing over 5,000 pounds, the car's sheer mass mirrors the weight Teddy carries, balancing geopolitical agendas like the Contras with the destruction happening in American neighborhoods. Once he starts moving, like that Continental, he doesn't stop.
Hey.
It's heavy, relentless, and unstoppable.
You got one job in this life. That's to protect the people you love.
Melody Wright represents something complete.
Oh yeah, bro. I hate how they did a Melody, bro. I ain't lying to you. Melody was so sweet and kind. My dad was a cop like in that bitch, man. Fuck that nigga.
Completely different in Snowfall. As Franklin's childhood crush, neighbor, and first love, she embodies innocence in a world that's quickly losing it. Her car, a baby blue 1975 Ford Granada, is the perfect reflection of that. The color alone tells the story. That soft baby blue stands out in a show dominated by dark, aggressive tones and flashy gangster cars. It feels gentle, calm, and pure, just like Mel's role as the light in Franklin's life, a reminder of who he used to be before everything changed. The Granada itself was marketed in the 70s as an approachable luxury car, something styled to resemble a Mercedes, but built for the everyday American family. And that fits her background perfectly. She's the daughter of police officer Andre Wright, raised in a stable, law-abiding household. Her car is nice, but never flashy, completely separate from the illicit wealth surrounding her. It represents a future that's clean, structured, and full of opportunity. A college-bound girl with her whole life ahead of her, and that's exactly why her inevitable collision with Franklin's world hit so hard. Because that soft, innocent image was never built to survive in a world this dark.
Hey, you'll be okay.
Those were our top 10 picks for the best cars in Snowfall. But there are a few more honorable mentions that deserve recognition. Starting with Gustavo El Oso Zapata, who keeps it strictly functional with a 1970 Ford F-100, later upgrading to a 1985 Dodge Ram Charger. Oso is a man of few words and heavy work, and both vehicles reflect that perfectly. The worn-out F-100 represents his humble beginnings as a struggling luchador, while the Ram Charger shows his rise into a top-tier enforcer role. These aren't cars for show, they're tools. Lucia Villanueva, on the other hand, moves completely differently. She's often running errands in the black 1985 BMW E33 series, a perfect reflection of her identity as the next generation of cartel leadership. The E30 was the ultimate yuppie car of the 1980s, compact, agile, and refined. It separates her from the macho truck-heavy image of her father's world and positions her as a sharp, calculated businesswoman with global taste and a modern mindset. Andre Wright, the neighborhood
bitch-ass nigga. I fuck with that nigga.
moral anchor, drives a 1984 Pontiac Parisienne. It's a classic, no-nonsense American sedan, exactly what you would expect from a dedicated police officer. Cars like the Parisian were often associated with plainclothes officers, sturdy, authoritative, but not flashy, professional, grounded, and committed to doing things the right way, even as chaos builds around him. Then there's Rob Volt, who brings a completely different energy with his dark green 1985 Ford Bronco. The Bronco is the ultimate Valley Kid vehicle. It represents freedom, leisure, and privilege. While South Central is dealing with survival, Rob is cruising in something built for off-road adventures and weekend escapes. It highlights his role as the bridge between Franklin's world and the wealthy suburban lifestyle, where the drug trade feels more like entertainment and necessity. Mellow. A blood who shows up in season 5 makes one of the loudest statements in the entire series with the stunning white 1986 Ferrari Testarossa.
That's clean.
This is where things go from grounded realism to full-blown 80s excess. The Testarossa, with its unmistakable Miami Vice aesthetic, represents the peak of fast money and reckless spending. By this point, the drug game has escalated so much that even blood lieutenants can access six-figure Italian supercars, proof that the culture has reached a whole new level. And finally, Grady Williamson pulls up in a black Porsche 911 Turbo.
Stop giving me side characters. He's freaking, man, who is number one? Nobody number one? Man, man. All right,
64, setting himself
He's
apart from
characters.
someone like Teddy
Man,
immediately.
man,
The 911 Turbo
and then he
often
get packed up like about 2 to 5 episodes later. Like,
named the Widowmaker is fast, dangerous, and
my
elite.
bad, celebrity car. I don't know. Like, I'm just for real saying, low key, you could have just put the main cast.
Pulling up to airstrips in a high-performance drone.
We get it now. We get the car. We get the car now. Like,
The open sky, to tell a story that words alone sometimes can't. In this world, a car is never just transportation. It's the mirror of its driver. And by the time it's all over, you realize something. The transformation of these characters wasn't just written in the script. It was etched into the chrome and reflected in every rearview mirror as they drove toward their destiny.
yeah. Anyways. Well, y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, follow our social media. Pop on the screen. It is on the road to 500. And I'm out. But I'll be back soon.